Aquatrex 2G moisture monitoring control system from MSC Filtration Technologies is the latest optional control package designed for use with our Phoenix membrane oil dehydrator and purifiers, and is available as an option on all 4 of our NEMA 4 non-explosion proof models: Phoenix Mini, Phoenix C 1 gallon per minute cart, Phoenix C4 4 gallon per minute cart, and Phoenix C8 8 gallon per minute cart. The Phoenix series of membrane oil dehydrators, exclusively built by MSC Filtration Technologies, remove water from contaminated fluids such as lube, hydraulic, and gear oils simply and easily through the use of a revolutionary and maintenance-free hollow fiber membrane bundle combined with an onboard vacuum pump. The Aquatrex 2G moisture monitoring system allows the Phoenix purifier to not only dehydrate and purify contaminated oil systems, but also helps operators track the Phoenix's performance over time and diagnose and investigate intermittent or worsening water ingression issues into lube and hydraulic oil reservoirs. The optional Aquatrex 2G utilizes a ceramic capacitor type water saturation probe, which is installed in the Phoenix's incoming oil line. This sensor is able to detect water molecules in the oil as they pass across the sensor, and then converts this information into a % water saturation reading on the Aquatrex 2G display screen. The maximum value of 100% water saturation in oil is similar to a 100% relative humidity reading in air, and is the point to where dissolved water will begin to precipitate out of the oil as free water and cause damage to surrounding lube and hydraulic components. So let's get started by demonstrating the Aquatrex 2G's many new features and functions. The Aquatrex 2G control box comes with a large high-definition color touchscreen where programming of set points can be completed, alarm functions monitored, and water saturation and oil temperature data of your incoming oil can be retrieved. Inside the control box is a PLC, DC power supply, and 2 motor overloads for controlling both the Phoenix's oil pump and its water removal vacuum pump. On the Phoenix Mini, only the vacuum pump overload is used, since that model is not supplied with a fluid pump. However, the functions shown in this video, with the exception of any fluid pump ones, are still valid. Customers can, if they wish, use the fluid pump motor overload to power and control their own supplied 110 volt or 220 volt 1 gallon per minute maximum oil pump if they wish. So let's start by powering the Aquatrex 2G moisture monitoring system on by turning the power interlock switch. As you can see, the Aquatrex 2G has 2 running modes, continuous and intermittent, which are easy to initiate by pushing one or the other button on the main screen. When in continuous mode, the Phoenix membrane oil purifier will purify your oil and run 24/7 without shutting down. To gain information on the oil condition in continuous mode, access the continuous screen by pushing the following button. The Runtime Clock on the continuous information screen is similar to an odometer in a car and is the total amount of time the Phoenix purifier has been running since it was started up, and is not resettable. Now check out the 2% saturation values supplied by the saturation probe. These values are the same information, but just provided by 2 different outputs of the water sensor for backup. In this case, because the probe is not immersed in oil, it is reading the percent relative humidity of the surrounding air, compared to a normal reading of percent water saturation in oil. Now watch the saturation value increase when I put my hand over the sensor, as moisture from my hand causes a humidity jump around the sensor. This same jump will happen if the sensor is in oil while the water level starts to increase. Notice how it maxes out at 100% saturation, which is the highest value it can reach before flatlining. Now watch how the value drops back down as I release and fan the probe back off in the air. The saturation probe also provides incoming oil temperature information, which is important since the water removal rate of the Phoenix membrane oil dehydrator will typically double for every 20 degree Fahrenheit rise the oil increases above 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Now let's go back to the main screen and check out more features. One of the main features of the Aquatrex 2G moisture monitoring system is its ability to run the Phoenix membrane oil dehydrator in intermittent mode, which can save energy along with wear and tear on the vacuum pump. In intermittent mode, the Phoenix purifier will automatically turn on and run for an operator-programmed period of time each day, and then automatically turn off and hibernate for an operator-programmed period of time, as long as the following conditions have been met. In order to turn off and hibernate after the runtime has been completed, the Phoenix must meet a programmed low level of water saturation in the oil, and if not, will continue to run until that saturation level has been met. Set points for low-level saturation, high-level saturation, hibernate time, and runtime can be accessed and set by operators on the intermittent information screen accessed from the main screen. Each set point has a minimum and maximum allowable value, which can be read from each set point table. In addition to the set point tables, there is a useful resettable runtime clock on the intermittent page. This resettable runtime clock allows operators to track the actual runtime of the Phoenix purifier during intermittent mode. This allows operators to keep track of runtime monthly and to see if it is increasing or decreasing by recording the runtime and resetting each month. If the Phoenix purifier is running more each month in intermittent mode, that means it is taking longer to remove moisture from your system, which could then indicate an increased water ingression rate and required maintenance of your system. Moisture saturation and oil temperature history can also be looked at by accessing the graph screen on the main page. This graph trends moisture and oil temperature over time, which is also a useful tool for investigating intermittent or worsening water ingression issues into oil reservoirs. For demonstration purposes, this graph is sampling values from the water sensor every second. However, we'll sample once a minute in real time. To look backwards or forwards in time, just push the back or forward buttons on the top left corner of the screen to see how your oil has been doing. Finally, there are several alarm indications along with alarm history functions provided by the Aquatrex 2G moisture monitoring system. Alarm Function 1. Water sensor damaged. Water sensors can be damaged and stop working if they are hit with significant amounts of free water. If the sensor stops sending trending signals to the Aquatrex 2G control box for any reason, which could be either a bad or damaged sensor, bad cord, or it has become unplugged, the Aquatrex 2G will flash Sensor Problem Detected, Pump On Continuously, which means the Phoenix has automatically switched to continuous mode so that water removal is not interrupted. If this happens, check the connection to the water sensor, and if the problem persists, replace the sensor. Alarm Function 2. Motor Overload Trip. If a problem develops with the onboard vacuum pump or fluid pump motor, which causes an overload to trip, an alarm notice will indicate which one has tripped and require a reset before the Phoenix can start back up. To reset the overloads, shut down the unit and open the control box. If you see one of the overloads indicating green, that means it has tripped, so throw the switch to reset it and start back up. If the motor overload continues to trip, there may be an issue with either the fluid pump or vacuum pump motor, which requires investigating by a trained electrician. Alarm Function 3. Alarm High Inlet Suction. This alarm only relates to Phoenix C, C4, and C8 carts. If an oil flow restriction occurs to the inlet suction of the Phoenix purifier's fluid pump for any reason, such as a closed reservoir supply valve, and the suction vacuum increases above 15 inches of mercury, then the Aquatrex 2G will automatically shut down the Phoenix and alarm the following. If the restriction is not fixed, then in 3 hours the Phoenix will try to start itself up again, and if there is still a problem, will shut back down. This cycle will continue until the restriction is cleared up. Maintenance notification. The water removal vacuum pump on the Phoenix requires regular maintenance seal kit replacement every 5 to 6 months of vacuum pump runtime, or the performance of the Phoenix will suffer. The Aquatrex 2G will keep track of the vacuum pump runtime and will provide a notification of required maintenance after 6 months. This will reset to another 6 months once the alarm is acknowledged. Another significant feature of the Aquatrex 2G moisture monitoring system is its alarm history page, which can be accessed from the main page. This screen can come in handy when diagnosing any issues with the Phoenix or the lube and hydraulic system. To delete the alarm history, push the Details button and confirm each alarm. Then go back to the Summarize screen and hit Clear All. In addition, a list of available alarms and how many times they have been activated can be seen on the Alarm Count page. To reset the counts, hit Reset Count. And finally, information on your Phoenix purifier, model number, and serial number can be accessed through the information screen from the main page, in the event you need to contact our factory for technical help. For more information on Aquatrex 2G and the Phoenix membrane oil purifiers, and how MSC Filtration Technologies or one of our distributors can help improve the performance of your lube and hydraulic system, please call 860-745-7475 or visit us on the web at www.mscfiltertech.com. Thank you for watching.